Guys, we need to be serious. I still haven't had time to fully sit down and just talk to you nicely. And I don't have time today because we're breaking down the ending for Zetsubou no Shima. Now, I've had a couple of days to think, so hopefully today we can do a good, full breakdown, and you guys are going to enjoy it. So if you haven't already seen it, I'm going to show it you to start off with. Don't forget to drop me a like rating. I want you to do it right now. Go on, drop me that like rating because this outro freaking deserves it. It is awesome. Plus, this video's taken me a hell of a lot of time to actually upload and render, so a like rating would be nice. Anyway, let's get into it. I love you.
Your eyes, I recognize them. Almost as though they were my own. Takeo Musaki, I did not believe I would find you in such a place. I was a warrior. I fought many great battles for the glory of our nation, for the honor of the dying samurai spirit. I was a hero. I share this memory. I have lived many of the same victories. I later learned that my victories were unwelcome. His betrayal was driven by petty jealousy. He knew I could endure anything, that I feared not even my own death. Punishment is one thing. This is cruelty. Who could be so evil as to desire another soul to endure such suffering? Who amongst us could be so dishonorable? Are you so blinded by your own loyalty? The orders came from the Emperor himself. My life, my path, is built upon a lie. This realm may have been corrupted and consumed by evil, but we possess the power to change things. The better tomorrow is only possible if we blow away the ashes of the past. None of us choose the means by which mercy will find us. But I am at peace. I understand what must be done. Will you be my kaishakunin? It is my honor.
One to go. Guess it's you next, Nikolai.
Nein. There is something else we must do. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion.
So we knew we were coming to the island of Pompeii to find Takeo's test subject, but little did we know we would find him in this state. I don't know about you guys, but I thought just like Dempsey in The Eyes of Draco, we were going to find Takeo in a pod ready for us to turn off his life support, but no, we find Takeo in his old age, locked in a cell in the Division 9 facility. How awesome is this? And although it may not seem too complicated, there are some things that you have to look into to fully understand this. And what this could mean for the future and what it's showing now is honestly awesome. It really gets me excited. So to do a proper breakdown and fully understand this, we need to go all the way back to no, we don't. We need to go back further, all the way to Origins. So we know from many quotes and different bits of information that Takeo thinks very highly of the Emperor. It all began back in 1917 after Takeo became known fighting for the Japanese army. Because of the honor he has for the Emperor, this caused Takeo to go further and beyond the role he played in the army, thus becoming recognized by the Emperor. On October 6, 1917, Takeo's letter read, "The Emperor grows concerned that the barbarians' drive for the mechanization may soon yield weapons more devastating than anything the world has ever known. I am honored to act as the Emperor's trusted agent and will ensure that such weapons are secured for the benefits of Japan." On March 2nd, 1918, he wrote this: "My leadership and victory at the Battle of Mukden has been brought to the attention of the Emperor himself. I have been instructed to meet with him on a matter of great importance to our nation. Perhaps the Emperor recognizes the continued importance of the samurai traditions. Even in the times of great cultural change, though I cannot explain why, every step I take towards my target brings with it a grieving sense of dread. I am haunted of twisted dreams that seem to grow increasingly vivid with each passing night. Perhaps the spirits of my ancestors seek to warn me of a dark, uncertain future." And that is very important to what I am going to be talking about later. Just remember that last part. This now brings us up to Der Eisendrache. After Takeo had gained the respect of the Emperor now sent Takeo on a secret mission to Zetsubou no Shima. In the letter that we find in Der Eisendrache, it reads, "It has been several months since I last received orders from you." By the way, this is to the Emperor. "And I cannot help but say that I am at my wits' ends. I have continued my inspection and recording of Division 9's activities. However, dispatched by you, they regard my work with suspicious eyes. As such, I have been barred from and forbidden access to all research areas. The situations continue to worsen. The commanding officer has ordered me to hand over my weapons for the duration of my stay. If you hadn't have shown me the relevant papers ordering me to comply to maintain security marked with your signature and seal, I would no doubt have objected. I have never raised any doubts whatsoever concerning your judgment, but I am concerned that these circumstances may prove a great hindrance to my mission. I understand how important the alliance is for our great nation and our final victory, but the influence on the German operating force Group 935 has become increasingly worrisome. Over the last few months, the number of officers have been increasing, and I cannot help but to think that it is them who are propelling the plan. Judging by what I have seen, the research done by Division 9 is far beyond acceptable. In fact, their aberrational methods of weapon research can only be described as abnormal. Not only do they use prisoners of war as human guinea pigs, but they have also been trying to control the supernatural powers of Element 115. I therefore think that if we permit them to continue their work, dark clouds may loom ominously over our great nation. I, your trusted servant, will continue to watch them and will report to you whenever possible. If the idea so pleases you, I think it is necessary that you intervene directly in order for us to better understand the aim of Division 9's research and make clear the ramifications of their plans. I hope you receive this message, your humble servant, Takeo Misaki. Now, because the original letter is in Japanese, the translations aren't perfect, but generally everything is the same. So from this we learn that Takeo has been sent to the island of Pompeii by the Emperor. He says he has been sent there on a mission by the Emperor to spy on Division 9. Pretending to be one of their employees. But he tells the Emperor in this message that Division 9 have become suspicious of my activities and so have taken away all of my weapons and restricted my access to all research areas. The message basically then cuts off by saying, hopefully I will hear a reply from you soon. And that now brings us up to date in Zetsubou no Shima. This ending cutscene tells us what happens to Takeo after he wrote this final letter. He ended it with saying that Division 9 had taken away his weapons and become suspicious of his activities. And this brings us up to our outro, where we find Takeo locked in a cell in the basements of the Division 9 facility. After this letter, Takeo was captured and experimented on by Division 9. Just like all of their test subjects, Takeo was no different. And in fact, what you may not know, what you are seeing locked in a cell in the basement in this Division 9 facility, this monster isn't any normal Thrasher. In fact, this is Takeo. Takeo was taken as a test subject by Division 9 and was mutated into this giant Thrasher. In fact, when you manage to reverse the mutation, Takeo can be found in the same cell that this giant Thrasher was in. During Takeo's time at Division 9, being experimented on, being locked in this cage, hearing the Division 9 employees talk, Takeo learns that the Emperor is behind all of this. Takeo was sent as a spy to the Division 9 facility by the Emperor. However, it was a plot by the Emperor to betray Takeo, who unknowingly became their prisoner and test subject. And if you take a look on Takeo's neck, you can see the result of his mutation. The Emperor betrayed Takeo because he was jealous. The Emperor became jealous of what Takeo could do. Takeo became this great warrior. He became known for his honor, his spirit, his willingness to fight, that Takeo didn't even fear, as he states, his own death. The Emperor became jealous of Takeo because of this. When the World War II version of Takeo tells the other version of himself, the Origins version, that it was the Emperor who did this to me, you see Richtofen strangely hang his head in shame. Now, if we go back to THRASHER, or even before that, Richtofen keeps mentioning to Takeo that I have a message for you, a message from the Emperor. But now is not the right time to tell you. Now, what he may have been meaning by that is exactly what we see at the end of this cutscene. This is the message to Takeo. The message was, and Richtofen knew about this, that the Emperor is going to betray you, or the Emperor does betray you. And Richtofen already knew this. This was Richtofen's message to Takeo that he had been holding for so long. So as you can see in the outro, after Takeo learns that the Emperor betrayed him, and Takeo knowing that his current goal and his mission was to come here and kill his original test subject, in true traditional samurai fashion, Takeo hands himself a katana, and the 01 version of Takeo already knows what must be done. To blow away the ashes, to undo the past, the 01 version of Takeo must be killed. Takeo then pulls a second katana out of his ass, but no, seriously, where the hell did Takeo get the second katana from? Because, why is he keeping two swords with him? I don't freaking know. Anyway, let's just carry on. And then the 01 version says to Takeo, will you be my Kashakanin? Which means a Kashakanin is one who is appointed duty to behead someone who has committed seppuku, which is a Japanese ritual suicide at the moment of agony. You can then see the 01 version commits seppuku, which is by stabbing the katana into your stomach, which causes disembowelment, and at the moment of agony, Takeo plays the role of the Kashakanin and beheads the 01 version of Takeo. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. But now what happens at the end is probably the most important part. As usual, the summoning key is lifted into the air to collect the 01 version of Takeo's soul, but then Dempsey says, 3 down, 1 to go. I guess it's you next, Nikolai. Richtofen then says, no, there is something else we must do. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion, and then weirdly you see the crew teleport. And when we come back into the game, it seems they are teleporting back into Zetsubou no Shima, back into the map. But we saw from the outro, they never had to teleport anywhere. Takeo was already in this room. So the question now is, why are the crew teleporting in when from what we saw, they never left? Well, actually, you will notice that just after the summoning key collects the 01 version of Takeo's soul, the characters continue talking, but the screen goes white. During this time, these characters do something without us seeing, and in fact, during this time, they quickly teleport somewhere, do something, and then what we see is them teleporting back into our map. And when they come back, this is what is said.
Okay, gotta admit, I didn't see that one coming.
Call it our insurance policy, in case we don't like where we end up.
Dempsey says, okay, I didn't see that one coming, and then Richtofen replies, call it our insurance policy in case we don't like where we end up. Something, and if you continue playing the game after this, you will notice something different about these characters. Remember, Richtofen has the Mob of the Dead crew blood vials on his chest? Well, you will now also notice that the other 3 characters have blood vials on them too. The only difference is their blood vials don't have any numbers on them. They are just clear, see-through plastic bottles or glass bottles, whatever they are, with blood in them. They teleported somewhere at the end of that cutscene without us seeing. They did something, they collected these blood vials, and then have come back into this map. And Dempsey says, okay, I didn't see that one coming. Richtofen says, call it our insurance policy in case we don't like where we end up. Whose blood they collected, what exactly they did to get that blood, is honestly a mystery and something I want to look further into in another video. So if you would like that, let me know by leaving a comment down in the comment section below. This has taken me an awfully long goddamn time, but this was a full breakdown. This was the best I could do. I've taken everything out of this. So if you want to drop a like rating, that'd be appreciated. If you have watched this far, leave a comment saying pancake. This is going to be a really weird comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.
If we blow away the ashes of the past, none of us choose the means by which mercy will find us. But I am at peace. I understand what must be done. Will you be my Kaishakunin. It is my honor.
One to go. Guess it's you next, Nikolai.
Nein. There is something else we must do. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion.
Okay, gotta admit, I didn't see that one coming.
Call it our insurance policy, in case we don't like where we end up.